So where are you going?
We are going to a campaign. You know, the politics is very important, guys. We are going to, we're actually going to the city of Compton to endorse Anthony Perry. He is running for city council, student council over all the schools. And our good friend, Candace, she is his campaign manager. So we are going to support, and we also going so that, you know, the Godfather have to be there for the kids, for the LGBTQ community. We have a voice. Our voice needs to be heard, and why not collaborate with someone that is of the LGBTQ community, which is Candace. And not only that, she's representing someone who supports us. And so I have to go, and we have to go and pay our dues. And that's exactly what we're going to do, y'all.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're going to do. But you know we got to do it fashionably. There's no other way to do it. I mean, I'm just saying.
So tell me how you feel since last night.
Oh, I feel amazing. Oh my God. Last night was, it was an eventful situation. I mean, we were harassed by a white male who was crazy as fuck. He was a little drunk, but he was very coherent. He knew exactly the words that were coming out of his mouth. He used homophobic slurs. He used racist remarks. He was just a horrible person. And unfortunately, for him, you know, he's waking up this morning with situations on his bruises, probably on his body, and I'm sure that he has his mind is totally opened, and he's probably will be continue to be racist, but I don't see him trying any other person of color. Any other person of color. Again.
Okay.
And I feel fantastic. I feel great. I auditioned for a movie role and I got it.
Yes, leading role. So you said
You are looking at.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Elevators out of service at Westlake Compton Park Station. For elevator assistance, exit at Wilshire, Vermont, and ride back via Metro 20 or 720. Once again, the elevator is out of service at the Westlake Compton Park Station.
okay.
For elevator assistance, you need to exit at Wilshire, Vermont, and ride back via Metro Bus 20 or 720.
You are looking at Jason.
A straight male.
Yeah, I'm playing a straight, cis gentleman.
Well, I was about to say, so you always say it's a balance. You know, what happened last night, then you got the email this morning.
It's a balance. It's a balance. You know?
So people say, what you mean by balance?
Yeah, my sister, I actually told her, I said, it's a balance. She said,
Well, you
"What
know,
the hell?"
for anyone watching, too.
I know, but I'm saying, you know, I'm just letting them know what she had said, and then I gave her my answers. And, you know, she's like, what's a balance? A balance is, you know, in life, you're always going to have a negative and a positive. You're always going to have ups and you're going to have downs. And to be honest, if you're going on a positive road and you're going towards something great, you need a balance. You need something that's going to continue to keep you humble and continue to keep you tangible, real, but also something to let you know where you don't want to go. You know what I mean? So the balance is something that happens that's considered to be bad. It happens right before the good, or the good happens first, then you have something, you know.
And it can be something
It can be
small.
small things. It can be, you know, like last night, we went out, we went to the premiere, and we had a fabulous time. We looked amazing, we felt amazing, and right after that, we had, you know, a situation with that white racist man. And then this morning, I woke up to what? Confirming that I actually have the role. So that's a balance, you know. It could be something like
You lose your keys.
you lose your keys, you know, and you're like, oh my God, I lost my keys to my house. And then you go in the house or you find your keys or whatever, you eventually find your keys, or you might have to go through a situation where you call someone to do a locksmith. You gotta pay $60 to $90. Oh my God.
Well, how many times you got to announce that?
Is this an automatic recording? What the fuck? So, like I said, that's a balance.
Okay.
The fact that, you know,
You're trying to
I'm
put
trying to
out
put
a
out
positive.
a wonderful message, and this person is interrupting. But anyway, we are in a public venue, which is, you know, we're gonna be like driving from here on out. Like I can't take it. But anyway, yeah. So, you know, balance. You know, you can be losing your keys. You know, pay a locksmith to, you know, $90 to $60 or whatever, just so you can get in your damn apartment or house or whatever. But once you get in that apartment, once you get into that home, anything could change just like that. So, you know, maybe it's something you've been working on and you get a confirmation immediately. Maybe when you get to your house, you know, your mom randomly texts you with a code for Western Union or, you know, just anything, and it replaced the money that you spent.
Okay.
You know, it's just, it's called a balance. You know?
Train to North Hollywood
So
is
this is-
arriving. Please stand back from the edge of the
Oh,
platform.
that's the wrong side. Is that train?
We get on this train. God is good, guys. Okay, we need to try to get a damn phone.
Okay. Downtown.
Do you want more? Our old stomping grounds. You know, we used to
Okay.
have a loft down here. Look, doesn't that sound so fancy? But
Okay.
baby, the inside was amazing. The outside was terrible.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
have no
no
cash
change.
on me.
I'm sorry.
But so we used to live down here. The inside of the apartment was nice as fuck, but the outside was trash. The motherfucking people was walking down the street throwing shit, motherfuckers hating, motherfuckers throwing what's those things called? A board with a nail. Knocked this man out. I'm telling you.
It was like 2 murders in our
Two
building.
murders in our building. Downtown is not what people think. Yeah, it looks fabulous. Yeah, it seems fun because you're in the inner city. But I'm telling you, if you're gonna move to LA, if you're gonna move to Los Angeles,
Move to the valley.
move to the valley, move
it's
to
more
Hollywood,
quiet.
move to Sherman Oaks, Studio City. Do not come to downtown unless you're gonna be like further up. And but still, you still have to experience a lot of stuff. You have to experience a lot of people that are just crazy as hell. You know, and a lot of it is not their fault. You know what I mean? Because they got kicked out of hospitals and things like that. You know, you have a few people that are just, you know, out their fucking mind. Like, you know, these drugs out here is serious. You know what I mean? So you just gotta be mindful of where you're trying to
Well,
live.
let's
Some of them smokes.
let people go by once again, Lord. Thank you.
See?
See how you get a positive, people
You get a
look at you
positive.
funny, but then people be real
Yep.
and tell you what other people want to tell you.
Right. What they don't have the courage to say. You know, a lot of it has to do with your being, your spirit. It doesn't matter what you have on.
Yeah, because
You know?
you can have on anything, but it's the energy
It's the
behind
energy
it. People can't take
behind
the energy.
But that same energy booked me a freaking feature film, and they even said it in the email. We love your audition and your energy.
Right.
Now look at this guy down here. He's white face.
Who? Oh my God.
You know, and it's just been one of those things, like, it's just crazy, you know. Ooh, Jesus. This is exactly, when you come down here, you can feel the switch
The switch,
in the
yes.
atmosphere. You can feel the switch. Because what happens is, people, there's so much that goes on down here. When people, they shoot up, they do all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? And their brains be fried. So we have
And
to
you
be
have to deal with different spirits
different
too.
spirits, energy,
And
vibes.
energies, yeah.
Yeah, because you just never know what you're gonna
And
get.
if you very energy sensitive, it can be a little much.
It can be a lot,
Yeah.
actually. If you go off of energy and spirits, and you can feel people's energies, and Man, I'm telling you, it'll run you from down here.
Yeah.
You know,
Place to park.
right. And don't be fooled by the people that be corporate, you know, dressed
Yeah,
in suits.
because they be just
They
as
be
bad,
just as bad as the people that
the
are out
people
here.
that are out here.
You know, on the street. So, you know, just be mindful. Know when it's your time to bench the benchmarks. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Okay?
Okay. That's actually our old building, guys.
Yeah, that's the old shit house. The old murder house. Murder capital. Looks good on the outside.
Right.
Like I said, the inside is really nice, but it's not about the inside. It's about the whole entire area.
Yeah.
What? You hear that? Y'all hear that shit? People screaming.
I'm sorry. God bless you. Okay.
You gotta hook it up.
Always.
Yeah, people like maybe around 10, like when I started, everybody was so like sleeping. I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, they went out, man.
Yeah.
Somebody was like driving, somebody was like chilling. I'm like, what the hell? So I was trying to make a left turn. It was in like honestly 10 minutes. So I was like, nah, it's not good.
Right.
And then I just like got like runs in front of me. No, she was like sitting there.
What? Sleep?
No. Not sleeping, but like, well, she feels like she just had too much fun last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hungover.
Exactly.
Resting her head back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'd be like, oh.
I understand
I'm
that.
like, hey, what's up?
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay. Shit happens, you know, shit happens. I remember like maybe 2 years ago we went to like up this building. It was crazy. Like I went like walking there.
Yeah.
There's people who actually does that. I was like surprised at that.
That's like their work. That's their only time to work out. So
Yep. And then I was like, yeah. Now I'm like,
every day I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do it every day.
you have to practice.
Practice, yeah.
Exactly. What's the point of that? It's easy to go. Maybe it's much better to go to the gym work on the muscles.
Yeah.
So it's cardio, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a step ladder, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that step ladder is.
Much
Oh,
better, yeah.
I hate the step ladder.
I had cardio, I don't.
Yeah, me too. I was in the military, so we used to have to run every morning. I used to
I
hate
was
it.
in army as well, but back in my country.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Where you from?
I'm Russian.
Oh, Russian. That's
tell the
cool.
accent.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. A lot of stuff was happening over here.
Yes.
So you guys from LA?
From South Carolina.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Gotcha. What brings you to LA? Work-wise? Or just
We do
fun-wise?
music,
Yeah.
film, and fashion. Yeah.
Well,
With
yeah,
entertainment. Yeah.
That's definitely a place for you then. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of music you guys doing? Like,
Currently, we're working on like it's like a
Infused.
70s vibe.
Yeah,
It's
like
rap,
pop, rap,
soul.
R&B, yeah.
Yeah.
so whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, yeah.
I got you.
Stuff you can groove to, you know.
Yeah.
Like, see, what the hell is that?
Wait, what's going on? I'm telling
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
This is the type of shit they do.
People don't know how to drive in
Trying to
there.
run. What are you gonna do? Try to.
See, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Same place. Because I lived like a block away. I
Yeah.
was going here and it was insane. Like, I was like, what the hell? Somebody was just falling asleep. Somebody was like, having fun. I'm like, alright.
Yeah. It's always equilibrium be off down.
Totally.
Okay. And they're flying out.
Okay.
Oh, the airfield.
Yeah. show. So I've been to this place we're going to
Really?
because we had held auditions, and it was over 300 people showed up. It was with Blythe.
Yeah.
And it was off the chain. It was so many people. And it was cool, you know. And we were gonna do a big fashion show at this airport right here. But it didn't happen because something happened. Somebody did something. Oh, there we go, Anthony.
Turn right, then your destination will be on the left.
Yeah, no, right here is fine.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, we are here to support Anthony Perry. Okay. About that. Support, darling. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Let me get a picture.
Are you coming over to my club?
No, I am. I saw and then so they're going to together. I didn't get it together.
You better come through.
Both of y'all came through today.
Look at this flag, baby.
Love it. The shoes.
Y'all know who this is. Don't get twisted. How you doing? Okay. Yeah.
I'm excited about the because she was like, we got to take a picture of them.
I need an Anthony Perry hand, darling.
You want to?
Yeah. All right.
You gonna get one?
Look at that. Look at God. Prepare. Don't get me. Don't get me started, girl. In front of your intimate.
Excuse me.
You see, I'm trying to do it properly. Y'all get out there and vote. Get out there and vote.
Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, okay.
You Googling them? You Googling them?
No, I'm getting it.
I'm like, hand me some.
Okay. What you gonna ask?
I'm asking him, how do you plan on making a difference in Compton School District?
He did not come with the shade.
The shade of it all. Danger. This is what you want to represent.
Okay.
A family man. A parent. A teacher. A father. That's called representation. A black man.
What do you do? See, I knew you sneaked out somewhere. Wait a
Okay.
minute. Utilize him. Go over there. Have the dude. Yeah, because the picture.
Yeah?
I hired
Okay.
him. Yeah, they getting paid.
Okay, well, come on.
I'm doing the video.
He said, okay, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
No, we was doing
The
that.
camera was out.
This is everything.
It is. I used to work on the airfield in the Army.
Oh my God.
Oh, you was in the Army.
Hmm.
Hi, everybody.
I need to get on.
Okay.
Let me get in the boat. I'm trying to get on the boat.
Right.
The yacht. The yacht of it all.
Did you get him? He don't rub off on you. He don't
She followed me.
This is life, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this whole situation right here. Look. Let me just, can I, oh, get there.
Do screenshots because I'm video. No, I'm just saying you can just take screenshots of the
Other video. This is amazing, guys. The Godfather is here.
The Godfather in politics.
Yeah. Can I get it right here?
You taking having a photo shoot. Huh? Right. Right, shoot, get in that thing.
Full body, work it out.
Okay.
Listen, you don't do it. What you playing for? Thank
This is like beyond.
Listen, that's what it's about. Anybody
Yeah.
that you connected with, you know, we know for a fact. We don't even have to respect that person. We know you're
No, you guys are in the budget. That's how Griff like.
How
How about that? He said, how about that?
Can you tell the people? Can you tell them? We're what? We're what? We're what? We're in the what?
In the budget.
In the budget. Oh, look, this will turn into
This is right.
Okay.
So there started this.
I did not.
They giving me girl group teas.
Let them have it. I don't give them a little.
yeah.
Okay, with the hair blowing, okay.
Yeah, come on. Where's your phone?
Okay, yeah. What should I do on my regular one?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
need the hair
cool.
bound. Yes.
Yeah, with the plane flying.
Okay, you
You want me
ready?
to be behind? Should I be walking towards you?
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Get the plane.
Wait.
I'm about to put this the end shot and
I
add
need
a
to get
song.
on the
Okay.
Did you get pictures?
yeah, he took some pictures. Babe, did you want a picture?
No, I'm good.
You gonna email us those pictures?
Well, I get.
Hit it high or no? Don't play with it. That's what you said, right?
You better cut it out.
What's that? What they say?
Somebody don't play with it. That's what she said.
Well, how much was it?
$7.
They have a lot of them?
Yeah, they had silver ones, but the two silver
I like
ones they
that.
had, somebody pulled the wires.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is the type of stuff that they need to show more black people on this stuff.
Okay.
Let's see one of those pictures. You have a little picture?
Hello.
These are good.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. You might have to come and do some photo shoots.
Anytime, yeah.
You gotta introduce him. No, you gotta introduce him. And then I'm gonna do the question. Yep. No, I'm gonna do the no. No. See, she be trying to put me. I gotta say no means no. Did you miss the talk?
I did. Yeah, they just started shutting it down.
It's okay. Okay. So I'm gonna move Dion, would you like to come? I would like to follow her. Don't leave her. Well, I wouldn't want to be up there by herself.
What you want me to do?
Introduce
Okay.
yourself and then
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, no.
And now?
That sign. It's gonna be hard with that sign, right?
Like, all right, I'll give you a second.
Don't you have the sign in the background?
Okay. Hi guys. Hello. Good afternoon. Good morning. My name is Dion the Godfather. I am an activist, singer-songwriter. I believe in helping others that can't speak for themselves or are not allowed to speak for themselves. Whether you are discriminated against because of your color or because of your gender or because of your sexual orientation. I stand up for what is right. I stand up for rights, and human rights is very important. And the reason why we're here is to support this amazing man, Anthony Perry, you know, and it doesn't matter about the numbers, the amount of individuals. What it matters is about the amount of individuals who have the same dreams and aspects, the same motivation to do something to make change. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out already, and let's get it going. Thank you. Good. Thank you for coming out, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. As you know, I'm Anthony Perry, and we all here today because we all love Compton, we all love our children, and we all want to make sure we have a bright future. And a bright future is all about an investment in our children. As you know, I'm Anthony Perry, running for Compton School Board right here in Area C, and my investment is personal. It originally started with my children. I'm a parent right here in Compton Unified of 2 children. I also have a 2.5-year-old who I want to make sure his future is solidified so he'd be able to go to school. And that's what ultimately led me to run for Compton Unified School Board member. And I ask everyone out there to please vote Anthony Perry for Compton School Board. Now, I'm with my family and friends, and we having fun today. We at the airport. I want to thank Tams, you know, for allowing us to host this beautiful occasion. You know, I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank the Compton Education Association for supporting me. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Tanya, for being there for me when I'm staying up late and coming home late, you know. Now, seriously, we out there knocking on doors. But one thing I really want to just talk about just really quick is I want to talk about the need that we restore educational values right here in our school system. Compton Unified is a district that has the potential to be great because we have great teachers. We have great staff. Unfortunately, we have a majority school board that is not allowing our teachers and our staff do what they need to be able to take care of our children. And that's why I'm here today. We need new leadership. And under my leadership, I will ensure that we protect our educational values. I will make sure we provide rigorous education. This is not about watering down education. This is not about, and I say this with an asterisk, raising graduation rates, which we want to raise graduation rates, but when you dive into that, raising graduation rates don't really mean nothing if you have seniors that's graduating at an 8th and 9th grade level. We must allow our teachers to do what they're trained to do. We must allow our principals to be able to make decisions to support our teachers. We must invest in our teachers and we must invest in our school sites so the needs of our students get addressed. We also must be welcoming and opening up to our parents and inviting on campus. We all know statistics prove when the more parents are involved in our children's life, they do better in school. We must work with our parents, our community. They say it takes a village to raise our children, and I truly believe that. It takes our teachers, our parents, our community to really, really embrace our children's needs. I will ensure we provide rigorous education. And those students that maybe have trouble, that's where we invest extra aids and tutors to ensure those students get brought up. Not, let's make 3rd grade classes like 1st grade classes so they can say they do good. That don't do us no good. I like to call it playing around with stats. I know statistics. I'm not going to talk about, I got a master's degree in business and international development. I understand statistics. And we cannot allow that to happen. Compton is a beautiful city. Our children has potential. But if we have leadership that is not really trying to provide a rigorous education for our children just to boost stats, in the long run, it doesn't do us no justice. It's also important that we restore our relationship with our teachers. In my humble opinion, outside of the parents, number one, but number one inside the school is our teachers. And I vow, thank you, our teachers. And I vow to protect our teachers and to provide them with the resources they need to take care of our children. We also must empower our teachers to make the necessary adjustments in the classroom. I'm not only a parent, but I also work as a substitute teacher. I've been a substitute teacher for 3 years. And teachers go through a lot, and it's important that parents and the community understand what teachers go through. I like to use a brief example. Let's take a 5th grade class. This is an average 5th grade class. And the teacher has to deal with almost 3 types of students. Let's say this 5th grade class, for example, you got your students in there that's testing at a 5th grade level, which is great, perfect scenario. Then you got students in there that may be testing at a 6th and 7th grade level. That is awesome, that's great, that's what we want. That's what we believe in our Compton kids. However, we may have some children that may be testing at a 3rd grade level in a 5th grade class. Now the teacher is faced with, oh man, I got this one lesson, but I got to teach it to 3 different types of students. How do I do this? We must empower our teachers to be able to make the necessary adjustments and the modifications. I understand there is no one-size-teach-all for our children. We must listen to our teachers, say, hey, Bobby, we need to get him a tutor on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during English language arts because he needs that extra attention. Because when the teacher gives them extra attention in the classroom, which a lot of teachers do, it's a flip side to it. The students that's teaching that's learning at 5th grade level, they tend to get left behind. The students that's waiting for more, they tend to get bored. They start to feel like they're not learning nothing new. And so we're actually handicapping their minds because they always gotta wait. So it's not fair to the children that want to get ahead. It's not fair to the children that's right on time. And we can't leave the children behind. So I understand what our teachers go through, and it's time to truly empower our teachers, authorize them to make these necessary adjustments, and we have to trust and stand by their decisions. I will also, under my leadership, I'm not, and I like to say this, I'm not a politician by trade, but we have a lot of division right here in Compton. This is Compton Unified School District, not Compton Divided School District. It's time that we partner with the city of Compton. It's time that we partner with our local businesses and local nonprofits to bring programs to our schools. We're right here at the Compton Airport. We talk about STEAM and STEM and science and technology and entertainment, arts and things like that, mathematics. We should have students right here that maybe want to be an astronaut or a pilot. We could take these programs and bring them to Dominguez High School, Centennial High Schools. Compton High School, we know it's getting built. I'm not going to talk too much about the Measure S, because that's a whole nother conversation. But it's important that we unite the city of Compton, that we work together, put politics aside, because it's all about putting our children first, putting our teachers first, putting our parents first, putting our community first, and taking politicians out of the equation. And that's what I'm here for, to take a politician out of the equation. I'm running against the school board president, Makai Ali. His time is up. It's time for him to go. Those that know me, I don't like to spend too much time talking about other people. That's not really my style. That's not really my campaign, but it's important. He's been in office for 13 years. And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, the teachers. We have a school board president disrespecting the teachers union president. That must stop. We have a school board president that's disrespecting our teachers, bullying our teachers, intimidating our teachers. That must stop. I wish he was here today. I say, Makai Ali, it's time for you to go. You can't bully me, and I'm not scared. I'm Anthony Perry. I'm a parent. I'm here for the community. I'm also a substitute teacher. And I vow to protect our teachers and to work for the community. And I ask you to vote for me because we need change in Compton. I thank everyone for coming out tonight. I thank you so much. Now we're gonna get into some questions. I know we got some questions. I'm gonna have my host come on up. She gonna dive into it, and I'm gonna let her do her thing and ask me the questions. And so thank you everybody. Please, we must vote.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you.
Okay. So first question, are you planning to bring new updated equipment such as books, computers, etc. to help prepare the students for the future?
Absolutely. That's one thing I talk about. We got to get the resources back into the classroom. The beautiful thing about working as a substitute teacher is because I see things that you cannot see on the data spreadsheet, test scores. Like the laptops at Foster Elementary are terrible. Terrible. Missing key. I literally looked at a laptop and it was missing 9 keys. I counted them. That is unacceptable at Foster Elementary. That's unacceptable.
Are you serious?
Centennial High School. There's no way in the world some of those facilities should be looking like that. I see these things. There's no spreadsheet you can go on the website and say, hey, the facilities need to be fixed over here. You need laptops over here. There's no. we must get new resources. And speaking of technology and books, this is one thing I will implement. I do believe in technology. We need new technology. However, I will not eliminate the physical book. I will not eliminate the physical book. We need books. We need our tablets. We need our iPads. We need our laptops. We need our computers. I understand that. I get that. But I will not eliminate books, and so I will make sure our books is intact.
Okay, so we have a two-part question. You got into a little bit about, what you're doing in the community and things like that, and what you do in the school. Well, what made you get into politics in particular?
Okay. What made me get into politics? Well, a lot of people probably haven't heard this one, but I'm actually here today because I was a pissed off parent. That's it. I never, and my wife will vouch to this, I never in my life dreamed of running for office. I never grew up and said, I'm going to run for office when I get older. Never had a desire. Matter of fact, up until about 4 or 5 years ago, I was almost anti-politician. But I experienced stuff as a parent. I'm always a parent. I became a substitute later. I got disrespected at my school site. I asked questions, and I got brushed off. I was highly offended. I said, whoa, I'm a parent, I'm a homeowner, I'm a taxpayer. I said, no, you report to me. No, you're not gonna brush me off. So I said, if you're brushing off a parent, I can see what you're doing to the kids. And then once I started diving into things that's going on in the Compton schools and talking to teachers and understanding what the real problem was, which they was really micromanaged, pretty much being bullied, had to be quiet, couldn't really speak up, or they'd be threatened. The new punishment is being transferred to, I don't want to say undesirable schools, but transferred to a school that may be further from your house. Or if you're an elementary school teacher, you know what, we're going to send you to high school because we know you like elementary, or vice versa. So it's different ways to we'll let that go. It's a lot of intimidation that's going on with the teachers, directly from the board. And that must stop.
The second part of the question is, where are you from? Where are you originally from, born and raised?
All right. Born and raised. I'm a country boy. Let me go back, because I've been in Compton for 7.5 years. But I'm born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. Yes. Born and raised, Columbus, Ohio. Went to the University of Toledo, where I got my bachelor's. And then later I moved to California. That's where I got my master's at Hope International down in Orange County. So I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. Then I moved to Los Angeles in 2003, and I moved to Compton 7.5 years ago. But I'm originally born and raised in Columbus, Ohio.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Okay, another two-part question. How important do you think the arts are? And if elected, what will you do to implement the arts in the school system?
Yes, arts. That is very, very important. That's all part of the STEAM. That's all part of the scene. You got your science, technology, and arts. It is important that our kids be creative. I can use a personal example for myself. My son, he likes to build things. So he got his homework. He right over there. He's like, he ain't always gonna call on him. So I challenge them. I like to preach our kids. You do what you got to do in school, and you try to go over and beyond. And mommy and daddy gonna give you extra stuff. So I challenge them. I said, okay, you like to build things, you like to build buildings. So I challenge them. I want them to be creative. So I had them to start designing the city. And so we started drawing out, and I was like, this look good, son. Thank you. And then after about a day, he was like, I'm still not finished. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, it looked good, it looked good. But no, it's important that the arts is well-rounded. It's very, very creative. And one thing that I will bring And this is something that works as a substitute, that a lot of insight. Some schools have art teachers. Some schools don't. Some regular teachers teach their art in their class, and they're not being provided with the utensils to really accurately teach art. They're doing the basics of it because they're being told to do that because it should be an art teacher. And that's part of art. Art teachers should be in all schools. And also PE teachers. PE teacher. Every school don't have a PE. Now, I understand kids like recess, but PE is not going to the playground for 15, 20 minutes. That's not PE. That PE is keep you healthy, fight obesity, and sitting on the playground just to kill 20 minutes don't cut it. So it's important. I will make sure every school got an art teacher, make sure every school got a music teacher, and every school has a PE teacher. Thank you.
Okay, so this is you talked about the school system and politics and things like that, but I feel like this is a really important question. How do you plan on bringing the actual families together?
Right. Bringing the families together. That's one thing that I've actually campaigned on. Keeping families together. Everybody know me personally. I'm family. You see a lot of my material. I didn't even do a lot of materials by myself. I said, you know what? We got to show family so they can see family and what to expect from our families. One thing that I will do, we have a lot of organizations, and just to kind of dive into it, I'm on a PTA Compton board, school site, been on ELAC, that's the English Language Advisory Committee. I was the only African American parent on that committee. I'm the APAC chairman for Compton, that's the African American Parent Advisory Committee. But one thing that I will facilitate as a board member, 4 times a year, all these organizations need to come together to do a joint event. It is important that we come together. I understand this organization meets on Monday mornings. I understand this organization meets on Thursdays at 3 p.m. But it's important that we at least have 4 meetings a year where we all are together at the round table. We're all discussing issues, concerns. And when I say that, not just stuff that's bad. Okay, you know what? This is working well with your organization. Explain that to our organization so maybe we can adapt for what's working well. Everything is not always about what's bad, but it's also about what's working well. So, okay, this is working well. Maybe I can bring this over in the PTA, or I can bring this over to my school site or at my school. So that's one thing I will do, is to bring together to make sure families are together.
That's good.
So the questions are done, but I said I was going to add another question. So someone is going to elect whoever they're going to elect for when they go to vote. What would be the biggest difference between you and the opponents or the other candidates that you're going against? What do you think would be the biggest thing, the reason why they would choose you on the ballot versus the other 2 candidates?
Thank you. Let me answer this just from my heart. I have one thing, and this is all fact, not even opinion, not even feelings, no matter how I feel about them, how bad they are, anything. This is one fact. I am the only candidate across the board, the only candidate that is a parent, and I actually work inside the schools.
Right.
Now, we got some candidates, kids been here 20 years ago and things like that. I am the only candidate that have insight. I know things and can address things that other candidates don't know. The beautiful thing about working as a substitute, and I use this to my advancement. I use it to my benefit. Being a substitute, I'm the lowest one on the totem pole. Guess what happens when I sit in the parent center, or I sit in the teachers lounge? They talk to me. I'm just that little old guy, nobody. I'm just a little old substitute. They tell me everything.
Yeah.
I see everything. So I use that to my advantage. I'm on camera. They tell me everything. I see things in the classroom. I can walk in the classroom and I can say, wow, this class need resources. I'm serious. I've been in classrooms where all students didn't have books for whatever reason. And as a substitute, I know I've been jibed a couple times. I don't got no book. I get that. I mean, kids say the darndest things sometimes. As a substitute, we never heard of a book before. You know, I get that. I get that. You know, but I have insight from a parent and as a teacher. I understand that some parents don't feel welcome on campus because of some of the clothes they may have on, and I can see those things. I can see some parents may not feel comfortable because they don't speak English. I know how to address those issues. And that's part of one thing, and not to dive into it. Principals and all of our school staff, our secretaries, our attendance clerks, you know, we all need sensitivity training. We may not understand each other in language, but body gestures, eye contact, and just handshakes explain a lot. I may speak Japanese and you may speak French, but this is universal. You know, this is universal. This is smile. You know, okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand you, but I'm trying to help you. Let me try to find somebody that speak French. You know, and you know, but at least you know, like, okay, he greeted me. He had just certain things like that. It's just, and that's the sensitivity training. You know, and I bring that experience. No other candidate can say that. Not just from a parent perspective, but from a teacher perspective. It's like it's 2 in 1. And so that's one thing that I have that no other candidate have. And that's a fact. And that's what makes me the best candidate, is my experience and my insight that I bring.
Woo!
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was a good one,
From the
okay?
community, and you really dug deep, and you explained a lot. You know, we really appreciate you coming out and really. I've never supported a political candidate before, and so this is my first time, especially being a part of a campaign. So it's because I believe in what you're doing for the community, and especially because of our children. I'm a mom, so it's important. We've already had conversations. It's a big issue. You know, when you're in the school, when you see what's going on in the school system, you get heated sometimes because you see it, and sometimes you feel like you are far from it, like you can't do too much. And so I'm glad that I can partner and collaborate with people who are also have the, you know, like-minded and have the same goals as well. So we can open up the floor to see if anybody has any extra questions for Anthony Perry. Anybody have any other questions, or you feel like everything has been explained? Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Do you believe that sexual education should be brought back to high schools or middle schools?
I heard
you. Do you believe sexual education should be brought back to high schools and middle schools?
Yes, it should be.
Yes.
That's I had it when I was in school. They used to call it health.
Yeah.
That's it's encompassed. It's encompassed a lot. Yeah. That's one thing. That's one thing we do got to bring in. You know, because you guys in high school, right? Yeah. You guys y'all gonna be grown in a couple years, or however y'all 14, 15, something like that. You know, well, not even as that, but you're gonna face things, and it's important that you understand life. You know, and now I think in this day and age, a lot of teachers, based on the way things are scared to talk about it, a little nervous to talk about it because of things that go on in society. You know, but however, health is something that I would bring back. And then that also goes with home economics, you know, just certain things and just life skills in general. Everything is not just, you know, math, reading, science, you know, everything, those is important, but it's more important to be well-rounded. So absolutely, I'm definitely all about bringing health back.